Technicolor Group would demil one of its popular VFX studios, which brought us unforgettable visuals in movies like The Jungle Book, The Lion King, Dune, Aquaman, Transformers, and so on, is in the process of shutting down its operations. This isn't actually just another business update. It is a story of real consequences for thousands of creative professionals around the globe, and it could force the entire industry to re-examine its long-held practices. You see, Technicolor isn't just cutting a few costs. It is actually shutting down across multiple countries, and it is happening fast. For years, the company has been drowning in financial troubles, desperately trying to bring in investors to keep things running. But none of those deals worked out. Eventually, CEO Caroline Parrott confirmed in a memo that they had no choice but to file for a court recovery procedure in France. This is actually a fancy way of saying they are completely out of options and they are scrambling for any last-ditch solutions. And it is not just one or two locations feeling the impact. This is global. Over in the UK, hundreds of employees have already been laid off as the company scaled back operations. In the US, workers have received WARN Act notices, which is basically a legal heads-up that mass layoffs are on the way. But India might be getting hit harder, because thousands of employees still haven't been paid in February, and now we are in March. This is not just a bad business, it is a full-on disaster. And the damage doesn't stop with Technicolor itself. Its biggest subsidiaries like MPC, Micros Animation, The Mill, and so on are all being dragged down with it. These are the studios that have worked on some of the biggest movies of the past decade, and now they are closing their doors, which is a massive shift, and it is shaking up the entire VFX industry. This wasn't a sudden collapse. Technicolor has been on a downward spiral for years. The first big warning sign was when they started reporting massive financial losses. Back in 2021, things were already looking rough, but in 2022, their losses exploded to $99 million. Their gross margin, which was sitting at 17.6% in 2021, dropped to just 8.7% the next year. And this is kind of a drop that signals serious trouble. So what did they do? Simply, they launched a massive restructuring plan. The idea was to spin off their creative studio and redistribute 65% of their workload by late 2023, hoping that this will stabilize things. For a minute, it looked like they might turn things around, but quickly things started to fall downhill. The numbers are actually bad, but the real tragedy here is the people. Thousands of VFX professionals, like artists, animators, technical staff, are now gonna be out of a job, and for a lot of them, this came out of nowhere. In the UK, layoffs have already happened, and in the US, workers have been warned that their jobs are on the chopping block. But the situation in India is even worse. They haven't been paid last month, and there's no clear answer when they are gonna be paid. But this is not the only problem. I mean, it's not about the people who lost their job. This shutdown is also messing up major Hollywood productions. Studios that depended on Technicolor for high-quality visual effects are now scrambling to find replacements. Some projects could be delayed, while others might have to make serious compromises in quality. You see, when a major VFX player goes under, the effects ripple through the entire industry, and we're gonna start seeing those consequences really soon. This isn't just Technicolor's problem, it is actually a symptom of a much bigger issue. The VFX industry has been in a dangerous cycle for years, where companies keep underbidding each other just to land projects. It is kind of a race to the bottom that has been squeezing profit margins thinner and thinner. And now we are seeing what happens when that system collapses. A lot of professionals in the industry have been saying this for years. And this was bound to happen, and studios have been getting away with it by paying less and less for high-quality VFX work while demanding more and more from their artists and expecting the best. And now the industry has to decide what comes next. So will it be able to wake up and change things around, or is this gonna be the norm from now on? And there you have it, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.